Once upon a time, I was invited to a coffee talk by a beloved colleague named Balenciaga. It's not her real name. I made it up. Balenciaga asked, "Hey, Dustin on the Go-Go, how did you start a talk show? How to build conversations with strangers?" I said, "Well, as master of ceremony, you know we talk for a living, right?" After every event I hosted, I jumped off the stage straight to the audience. I grabbed a drink and clink class with everyone and introduced myself. And voila, the onstage host has become a marketer, a salesperson, presenting his ideas to potential clients and sponsors. "What about you? Do you usually stay after the show?" And she said, "No, I would leave right away." And she asked, "What if you cannot find a sponsor? What would you do?" I said, "Then self-investment, use your own money, honey." And she gasped as if she discovered something, a cruel truth. "I guess I must stop buying new designer bags and save money for a show like yours." I did not tell that story to talk about how we should spend money, but it is an example of how we should start a conversation. Furthermore, it is how we seize opportunities, build relationships, and open to discovery. Now, a good way to start a conversation is to play games. Now let's play Never Have I Ever. You know this game. Raise 3 fingers. Every time I say something that you have done, fold 1. All right, that's the easy rule. Never have I ever been in a room full of strangers, wanted to talk to someone, but then ended up grabbing my phone just to avoid the awkwardness. Never have I ever thought that everyone else was way better at talking than me, so I decided to keep quiet. Good. Never have I ever been listening to someone and then realized I had no idea what they just said. Good. Thank you. If you folded any finger, congratulations. You're normal. You're just humans, right? Building conversations with strangers is natural to professional speakers because it's their daily job. But it might be challenging to the rest of us for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, the fear of being judged. When you're surrounded by family or friends, you know your role, your image, your identity by your relationship to them. In social communities such as school, workplace, public events, so people might find it difficult to open themselves to strangers because you are new, you are no one to them. Everything between you and them is still unidentified. Here raise the question, who am I to these people? If I speak, do they think I'm silly? You have just created a negative narrative about what people think of you, therefore making you feel uncomfortable from the beginning. All right? So the second reason is the pressure of saying the right thing. When you face someone new at school and you have to open a conversation, here come the problems. You're scared to choose the wrong topic. You want to appear interesting or relevant. You want to be sociably charming. Imagine if you're assigned a group project with total strangers who have unrelated interests or who speak various accents. What's in your head? Oh, will they understand my accent, my culture? What pronouns should I use correctly? Or what if I'm not as knowledgeable? Such simple talk has become a personality test. The third reason is the lack of presence. After a few small talks, you may lose your focus on what you were saying. So many uncontrolled thoughts running through your head. You may hear, but you're not actively listening. Your body is there, but where's your mind? Now, we have identified some problem people might face while being lost in a conversation. Now, let's dig deeper into what's really going on underneath your struggle. First, your personal identity is hidden by the fear of judgment. You are a unique mixture of three things: what you believe, what you do best naturally, and how you present it. So, your personal ID is defined as your own style of doing things that you believe matter. And because of this uniqueness, you tend to develop a warning mechanism in your head. Oh, am I too different? Am I a weirdo? Will they accept the real me? Underneath, you're actually afraid of being rejected. The second thing is perfection, to me, is boring. It stops you from discovering the unfamiliar. Think about this. Strangers talk, not because they are a perfect match, but because they want to explore the similarities in personalities, in hobbies. It is a process. It is a journey, right? So please do not try too hard to be right or to impress someone at the beginning. All you need is some real human connection. So, a conversation, it's not an act nor a show, it is to connect. The third insight, which is also my favorite, multitasking culture kills your attention span. We are living right now in a massive battle of social media apps competing for our attention 24/7. In 2004, Facebook was launched to connect students within campuses, not intend to create an addiction. In 2012, Facebook purchased Instagram, one of the most successful acquisitions in tech history, making attention become an asset. From 2018 till now, TikTok exploded globally with short video content, stimulating, and at the same time, distracting our brains within 5 seconds only. So, what's really going on in our head while we are talking to someone? Your body is there, but your mind is scrolling on 4 different news feeds, right? You want to hear something, you want to listen, but all you hear is the phone notification sounds. So, you want to think of an answer, but at the same time, you judge your thinking. So those are consequences of multitasking and tab switching culture. An online conversation may allow you to edit or autocorrect your information. You don't have to pay attention to where your eyes glance, how your voice pitches, or how your body moves. But you cannot rehearse a real-time conversation because your brain has been trained to be highly stimulated. Now, an awkward silence gap is considered what? Boring. Cut. Your brain is a little bit overwhelmed and you are overthinking. And that's why you're lagging from a slow and long conversation. I know some of you in this auditorium is lagging right now. I know some of you are swiping your newsfeed on your phone right now and don't even care about what I'm talking because it's normal, right? But hey, let me give you something useful to bring home from my sharing today. 3 tips to build a fun, fantastic conversation with anyone in your life, or 3 F's. First F, foundation. The foundation is found by carving your personal identity, by answering 3 questions. Question number 1, when talking, what subject do you tend to repeat the most? Question number 2, what characters do others see in you? Question number 3, what subject do you dislike the most? Combine the answer and you have your personal identity tested by real interaction, experiment, and a lot of editing. Second F, fun, fun, fun. I love fun. Play games, right? Truth or Dare, drinking game, Never Have I Ever, psychology quizzes, trivia, any game, you name it. Those are good examples to bring people's attention, to unite everyone, and to open deeper discussions. I still remember that Mrs. Linda Rainbow Levine, one of my instructors at San Jose State University, she taught me that playing is learning. Putting your mind into a human versus human mini game will help increasing the focus ability and will help bringing people together to the present and creating a better bonding environment. The third and the final F is what? Food and drink. Find out what people love to eat or drink by inviting them to a cafe, a restaurant, or a bar. Don't ask, hey, can I talk to you? No. Ask, can I buy you a drink? Sure, why not? See? So I have learned that when boozes come in, words come out. I was taught in the hospitality industry that serving welcome drinks and finger food is always mandatory to keep people socializing. Am I right? So trust me, when their stomach is happy, their heart is open. I hope you learned something practical from my sharing today for your next mingling experiences with strangers. Building conversation with strangers is not just a mandatory skill for MCs, hosts, journalists, interviewers, or TED Talkers, but also an art, a tool for people to connect, no matter who you are or what you do. It is also placed third on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the need of belonging, the survival one. So to master your communication skill, you must be proud of your personal identity. You must be curious about getting to know people's need. And you have to be present to send them an invitation to connect with you. Before putting an end to this talk, here are some final words for my beloved Balenciaga. Next time, stop asking, what new designer bag should I buy? Save some money. Ask a stranger the magic question, can I buy you a drink? Yes, you can.